Testing. 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 There we go. Where were we last time? Let's do this. Where was I? That's right. I need to fight Leviathan. Oh, I should probably change my stream title. There we go. There we go. Let's go.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Halfstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. Seven hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
Let's go.
It will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
To you, dearie. Gods also exist in what you call Far East. Tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess I never truly believed them, and I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Guardians fear them so. What is it? Message I acknowledge is best to be delivered at once. I am listening. Eldrak is the man who claims to have defeated Leviathan. On the company of heroes. Details are yet hazy. Admiral, we have to dispatch one of our own to question the individual. was going to put any store's claim, and it should be true, is that you still said non-safe companies heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is in the numbers, what could he tell us that we do not already know? And yet, having wagered himself survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pot of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could give us any manner of advantage, should we hear him not? Darn it all. 25 will be ready soon. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom report of this supposed primal claims. Mana, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. We resonate gratefully in Lower Noskea. Storm Private sent a question already in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. Where's the Grey Fleet? Oh? Go. Let's go. Oh, chocobos. I have this chocobo keep. Hi, my controls are getting finicky. Yes, I do have this chocobo port. Yeah. Going. Actually carry this sack of grain over to the mill. Before you had been picked those orange for you, and before chocobo steals, and before that I rolled my stone over to the mill, and also before 3 days without winking sleep. 3 days, and do you hear me playing? You just ain't made for the rough stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never said that old Tractum ain't a generous soul. Yours I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting. You keen? Tale of Tractum's epic victory over the dreaded primal Leviathan. Now, Leviathan's huge, make no mistake. Each of his scales about as wide as knee members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth, at least. He even knocked me trusty old axe out of me hands at one stage. Of course, that proves to be a grave mistake. What will happen next? Grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let my company's heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Perhaps too modest. Now, some as say you can never truly beat Leviathan. That's what you got to learn with and make and the best of bad situation. Not the company though. Not you. Sorry, I didn't mean. I was just drawing the attention. Is all. Take back everything I said. For the couple years of no more hunter, I'm actually a complete coward. Nothing. Chocobo dung. I guess you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie. The woman to tumble him, and that don't happen much. We're tiny. It's pathetic. Might look biased, but I have seen it with my own eyes. A few years back, when I was working as baker's hand, I was sure giving me duties one day, loitering around the harbor when I saw it. Massive sea serpent on some moms of the coast with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing, so bloody scared I stole it myself right then and there. Just one day makes me stole myself all over again. Asking for the lot test, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? The areas where you terrible, dreadful, I tell you. If not too careful, you end up in the gullet at the bottom of the sea. Worthless lying. I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung. Well, to learn on to use against Leviathan? If I bit us, I see this is unfortunate. Tidings for you, the twin vessel is now complete. Pray make your way here as soon as you're able to. These us, wager taking mine. Moment of truth upon us. Honors complete, and she surpasses all my expectation. I fit with a platform for yours might maneuver freely in battle. Much as she is nigh unseekable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. And our crew stands ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bear it to you. Where is this ship? Can't see it. Look, you're already. May not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. Friends add. Now, like Amphibians are calling it Elemental Converter. So its worker will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathans of his hold over water. I need to activate device manually, keep that in mind. So Hagen and the Thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. According to Maelstrom, will once deploy diversion. Thank you, Jola. I will have you assist in this effort. For the whole purpose, your diversion force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. Welcome and having seen fighting stops. I dare say the fishbacks find your presence highly diverting. Thank you, Jola, if you would join the third levy and you, Lady Geary the fifth. One who may sport slaying gods. One of these. Go warily, for the sea is unforgiving a place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. Go the Admiral sentient and add a few words of my own, knowing that we have the utmost faith in you, Mana. May the crystals bless and keep you. The Horde Leader Hard now accessible. Fight Leviathan. Time minutes, 60 minutes, look. something for my help. Okay, never mind. Okay. Nope, I don't want that. Energy drain. Okay, so this also causes air flow. Oh. Commence. This is a boat. got everything. Get any items? That's okay. Yeah, let's go.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment. But if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Yashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
I do not. It's just a whole thing. So. Arrangement. Keeping a letter of introduction with Light Igiri. Inspiration hire a man there and present a letter to him. He serves as the gatekeeper of sorts. Members of the fraternity wish you lie in the shadows of the limits of the society. By their independence more than pirates and are united by a strong bond stronger than mithril, to which they are invariably wary of new faces. Mere words on parchment will get you only so far. Confidence you must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. Good luck. word of. Might catch a glimpse of Vanguard too, but I'm also since seeing his grin. All the doe-eyed wenches about. I expect he's got his hands full. Must be far somewhere. What miracle says train with us? Welcome to Limsa, lady. You give Delmont. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. When I first learned the organization, I had certain preconceptions of the nature of her membership. It would seem I was mistaken. First, say that last. Limsa is pirates to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation, or they need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep the shadows, but we got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. The fine techniques suited to this purpose, I see. Know that the practitioners of my arts, too, are denizens of the shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. Much we might learn from one another, I think. Wait here, if you come with us, you're eager to do what so we can get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Shall remain with people for a time that I might study their ways. Though I'm loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in knowledge they are in the best of hands. To your friend to us Dilmas, no words suffice to express my gratitude. I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to people of Eorzea. When the time comes, it will be my honor to welcome you as a student. I'm going to start doing this mission next time I stream. I'm going to end the stream here. My voice is getting a little bit tired. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye.